Are there reasons to love grey hair? Today we're going to talk about grey hair and I'm going to answer that question, so stay tuned to the end of the video for my answer to that question and also for a surprise announcement. Hello, this is Love Those Locks, the channel where I help you care for your hair, especially for the lady of a certain age. Now, for most of us, we'll turn grey due to age, but there are lots of other reasons why we can turn grey. For example, it could be due to an autoimmune disease, it could be down to genetics, it could be down to malnutrition, or even down to medication. But before I go on, I'm going to correct myself because our hair doesn't actually turn grey. So what happens is an individual strand of hair that is, say, black or brown, once it grows through naturally that colour, that strand of hair won't turn grey. What will happen is that that particular strand of hair will go through a cycle. So I'm going to step back slightly just to explain. Now, we have in the outer layer of our skin something known as follicles, and the follicles are responsible for producing our strands of hair and also for determining how those strands of hair look. So if the follicle is an oval shape, that's associated with more curly hair. And as well as that sort of definition of what the strand will look like, the colour is also determined by the follicle. And within the follicles there is something known as melanin. So there is melanin in the hair follicle, and that's responsible for the colour of the hair, so the amount of melanin in it. And there's two types of melanin. There's the eomelanin and there is pheomelanin. Eomelanin is the black or brown pigment which is responsible for colour, and the pheomelanin is red and yellow pigment. And all of these pigments are controlled by our genes. Okay, so each hair strand goes through three distinct phases of growth. There is firstly the growth phase, that's followed by the transition phase, and finally by the rest phase. And when a strand of hair reaches the rest phase, that's when it falls out and then it regenerates itself and grows in. Now, at that resting phase, if we're at the middle age stage of life, then the replacement strand that grows in is likely to be grey hair. Each of the strands on our head is at a different stage of growth, and for a healthy head of hair we will shed around 100 strands of hair per day. Now on to 5 interesting facts about grey hair. The first fact is that grey hair grows significantly faster than pigmented hair being our dark brown or black hair. Another interesting fact, number 2, about grey hair is that it is thicker than pigmented hair. Point number 3, stress is responsible for grey hair, but not in the way that we would think. When we're under stress, well, our hair will enter a phase called the telogen effluvium, and that just means that the hair grows 3 times faster than usual. And if we happen to be at middle age, once it grows 3 times faster, it also sheds. And if we're at middle age, when that happens, when the hair sheds, the hair that regenerates itself and grows in is likely to be grey hair. Point number 4, according to in vitro research, it may be possible in the future to repigment hair, that is, to give hair back its original colour. And that's because the melanin producing cells in the hair strands are actually present in grey hair. And point number 5, ultraviolet radiation changes the hair colour and it leads to protein damage, particularly for lighter coloured hair. So in answer to the question at the beginning of this video, are there reasons to love grey hair? I'm in 2 minds actually, because on the one hand I appreciate and understand the benefits of grey hair as highlighted in this video, but then on the other I'm not really sure whether grey hair is for me at this stage. But that said, there are plenty of us in the Sisterlocks community who have beautiful grey hair, whether there's grey hair around the temples, around the front, the middle, or interspersed, or all over the hair. And I suppose ultimately it's going to be very much a personal thing. And now for my special announcement. So, very quickly, I'm a writer with a background in writing for healthcare and medical journals, and I also run a number of blogs. And what I wanted to say is that the Love Those Locs blog is now fully up and running, and you'll find it at lovethoselocs.com. So please go over there, because for every single video on this channel you'll find a corresponding blog post, and there'll also be extra bits of information that won't be on this channel. So please go along, and I look forward to seeing you over there. That's it for today's video, and now over to you. What are your thoughts about grey hair? I'd love to hear in the comments. Please remember to like, share and subscribe, and to click the notifications so that you receive an alert the next time I post a video. Until next time. So, first of all, I've forgotten.